Hey everybody, it's Lisa with VCRU Solutions. Welcome to um, part 2 of our little homework assignment that I gave you yesterday. And for those of you who weren't here, you can watch video number 1. It was about whether you really need to have a niche. So do you need to have a niche? Yes, you do. We covered that yesterday in yesterday's challenge and homework assignment about whether you need a niche and how to go about finding one. And today we're going to use that information for part 2 of this homework assignment. And this homework assignment is going to be a little present from me to you. And I'm going to tell you why, because if you followed yesterday's homework assignment, you realized what you're good at, what you can teach, and those numbers came about. So the first thing that I want you to do, if you haven't done so already, is to share that information with me and with the group by posting your results below in the comments, because we're going to talk a little bit about those results. And even though this isn't a live session, I'm going to be giving you feedback either throughout the evening today or early morning tomorrow. Pacific Standard Time. If you're on the East Coast, it's 3 hours ahead. Let's say it's by lunchtime, Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, which is Thursday the 26th. But you're getting this late this evening. It's probably a little bit after midnight, or probably a little bit closer to 1 in the morning. So I'm sorry for that, me being on the Pacific Coast. But if you're doing this in the morning as well and you are getting the assignment in, that's fantastic as well. I want you to know that you can always comment to me in the comments below. You can always send me direct messages through the group messaging service. I'll get it that way. I would love to respond back to you and also to see your results so that I can help guide you and let you know if you're going in the right direction and how you can move forward from there. So again, welcome aboard. Welcome, welcome, welcome. For those of you who don't know me really quickly, my name is Lisa and I'm an operations and success coach, and I help entrepreneurs monetize. So you are getting those ideas out of your head onto paper, and then I'm going to show you how to turn it into something that's lucrative for you. So today you're going to use that information, that niche information that we went through yesterday, and we're going to turn it into something else. We're actually going to turn it into a course, a class that you can actually teach to other people. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how to set up the framework for your course that I'm going to teach you how to set up. So you didn't even know I was doing that, did you? But the whole process here is to show you that you already have something that's in your head that you can go the extra mile for. So a lot of us are at home right now. We're kind of on lockdown because of coronavirus and everything like that. But that's not always the case. And that's not always the timing. My job is to give you something that you can do and make money from, whether you're staying at home, or whether you're trying to get out of that 9-to-5 or what have you. So let's jump right on in here. If you don't have a pen and paper right now, put this on pause, go get one. The paper does not have to have lines in it. In fact, it's probably a little bit better if it doesn't, because I'm going to take you through another exercise that's going to get you a little bit closer to home. So I'm going to give you a few seconds here. And I have actually made a couple of examples of how I think things that, how the example is going to actually look. Just my notes. We're going to go from there. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right on in. What I would like you to do is, in order for us to set up our framework, we are going to take a sheet of paper and we're going to put A on one side and Z on the exact opposite. A on one side and Z on the exact opposite side. I think I told you guys I wasn't going to give you any classes for glare today, and I almost went through the whole seminar with them on. So this is what I want you to do. Let me make my screen a little bit bigger on my end so I can see what's going on here. And make sure it's big enough for you. Hopefully this is not backwards, but there's going to be A on this side, and then on the opposite side of that is going to be Z. This is going to be before your customers actually get to work with you, and then the Z is going to be after they work with you and after their problems are solved. So, and then I want you to put some bullet points down. Anywhere between 5 and 10 will be fine. That's going to be your first step. So while you're doing that, I'm going to tell you what's going on. I want you to list, when you're making your bullet points, A is going to be talking about where your potential customers, your potential clients are today before they meet you. Where are they? Are they, where are they in life? You know, where are they in life with their business? Do they have a family? Are they business owners? Are they not business owners? Are they people that work 9 to 5? Or did you meet them in a healthcare organization? Did you meet them at the grocery store? Are they friends of yours? Just give a little bit of information about where your ideal clients are, because yesterday we talked about the fact that you're being yourself. You're not trying to be anyone else, and that the whole business is about people resonating to you, to the person who you already are, people who are in your group of influence. So tell me a little bit about where these people are. And that's what you're going to put in your A column, where these people are. And these people don't know, that you're going to help them with a problem yet. You know that you're the person to help them with a problem, because you know what your niche is now. So you know how it's going to affect, or you know how you're going, what masses of people that you're targeting, that you're trying to get to. So tell me a little bit about where those people are. They don't know what to sell. They don't know what your offer might be that's going to help you bring clients in. They don't know about your branding yet, but we're going to get to that, and you're going to help them with that. Also in the chat box, let me know where you are, and let me know exactly what your niche is, what you found out from yesterday's exercise, because I'm really interested about that. And if you had any problems with yesterday's assignment, I want to know what you were struggling with. Go ahead, finalize the bullet points. You should be finished almost. So, depending on what your niche is, you can be talking about a number of things, right? You might be telling people how to set up an event. You might be telling people how to sell photos online. You might be telling people how to sell jewelry online. You might be instructing people how to make a cookbook. You might be telling people how to deal with difficult clients. Whatever your niche is, just drill down on where you think those people are. There is a step 2. We're going to go through step 2 right now. So this was step 1, right? Your before and after. And that's what your page looked like. And then after you do that, we are going to set up some categories. This is actually going to be a continuation, so this one doesn't have it. Let me grab my handy dandy pen. And then we're going to go down the line. under our before, I'm going to write before here, and after at the top here, so it makes a little bit more sense. We're going to throw in some bullet points again, just so you get the idea of where we're going with this. Make 8. I want you to make 8 things across the top. Evenly across the top is helpful because we're going to go somewhere with this. What I'm giving you right now is the framework for modules that you can build out for milestones. They're bigger milestones that your customers are going to hit as they work with you. So those milestones should be about 6 to 8 steps. So I want you to break down. So after you make all the lines, you're going to then break down the individual milestones of what your customer is going to get from you as you're working with them. So you're going to have about 6 to 8 big subject lines on what they're going to get from working with you. So this is your framework, but it's also their build out, right? So if they've gone through a scenario where you've already talked to them about it, you want to be able to give them a framework about how and what is going to resonate, how they're going to work through the process with you, what they're expected to get from you. So I'll give you kind of a little bit of an example so you can see things a little bit better. If you're building out something like social media platforms, then you're later going to build out classes for building out those social media platforms. Maybe one of the classes is going to be on branding, right? Because after you get the big subject line, say under A, the first big subject line is building out your social media platform, right? And then under that, you're going to talk about how to go about doing that. Maybe you are building out your brand, but then you're building out your brand into specific platforms. So first, you're going to talk about building out your brand, and then maybe you're going to talk about how you go about building out your brand on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter. It's all different information, right? Maybe you're talking about the tools for branding that you're using. If you're writing a cookbook, maybe the big module is about, writing your first cookbook, and then one of the bullet points is how to build out the chapters, how to build content, what tools you're going to use. Think about the order in which your client needs the information. Okay, so I'm gonna give you another idea that I think is going to help you, because some people like using sticky notes for this process, and I did actually consider that, because sticky notes actually work better if you're using them on either a wall or a mirror. Just some really big space that you can use is going to help you to think out the process. And your process is going to probably look something like this if you're using sticky notes or sticky tabs and you're posting them on the wall. You still have your starting, sorry, it's backwards for me, A to Z process, right? And these are your notches from the other sheet. This was your first sheet. It's turning into this. These are your categories from A to Z across the top. You have 8 of them, right? And then your 8 categories are then turning into the modules on the side, which are also going to be broken down later even more. So the thought process behind this is that you are starting out with your niche. You have something to teach, right? When you have something to teach, the first thing you need to do is think about the big picture. You need to be able to break it down into bite-sized pieces. So think of your modules, which are the bigger squares, as the chapter in the book, right? There's the book itself, which is the big idea. Then there's the chapters of the book, which are the individual stories. And within those individual stories are steps or things that happen along the course of the way. So these are things that are helping you walk through the story and then helping you put your story together so that finally you'll come to the end of the story. Maybe that's the happy ending, whether it's the happy ending, the sad ending. Hope is a happy ending, but it's probably a happy ending. So you get to the end of the story. So this is the easy part, right? It sounds really easy on the surface, but I'm asking you to put a lot of work and a lot of thought into what you're doing because this is your baby. This is your corner of the market. This is what you're good at. This is how you're going to boss up and make things happen, right? So again, you've gone from your first idea framework, the A to Z. The A is the beginning of the story. They don't know you, but you know where they are, and you know how to find them because you've listed them. And then B through Z is the process that you're going to take them through. There's 8 different categories. You don't want to have less. You don't really want to have more because people become disengaged, right? So you're going to have your 8 categories, and categories are going to look like this. And then after you're finished with that process, it's going to look like this, right? They're going to turn into sticky notes where the larger boxes hold the name of your modules. The smaller boxes are your courses. And on the side, those lines resonate the bullet points of what they're going to learn within their courses. And I know there's going to be a couple of questions that come up. I'm going to try to answer a few of the most basic questions for you, which is probably, okay, I'm making these courses, how long should they be? Each course, meaning each video, should not be more than 5 to 10 minutes long because people get bored. No one wants to sit here doing what we're doing right now, which is a 30-minute to 1 hour video. We're going to try to keep it as short as possible because the mindset goes and then they think they can't do it. They can't explore it. They can't see the finish line. That's not what we're about. We want to be short. We want to be sweet. We want to be to the point, and we want to make it as simplistic as possible. So you're going to give them information. They're going to have plenty of time to get the deep dive out of you. What I'm teaching you right now is how to build a framework. We'll talk about how we divide that up into bite-sized pieces a little bit later on, but this is the big chunk of things. And this is the thing that I want you to be thinking about when we're moving through this mindset and later on when I tell you what it's going to take to get all that course material really out and the tools that you're going to need to make those things happen. But this is the basic scenario that you should be thinking about. So remember, I'm going to put my glasses on so I don't mess up any notes here. Just remember that it needs to have a purpose. So your overall course, the bigger idea is that it's going to have to be it's going to have a purpose attached to it. It can be an activity that your customers, clients are going to drive home to, right? The object is that you can take them from A to Z with the problem that you're solving for them. Can you make more than one course? Yes. So you have an overall niche and you have a bunch of different ideas. That's great. Focus on one at a time. Okay? Focus on one at a time. A module is not a session. A milestone is just the milestone is your individual block, right? Milestones are the big blocks. Excuse me, the big blocks. And then under that milestone is the modules, which are the smaller blocks. And then next to the smaller blocks are the actual courses, the actual classes. And then next to the classes are the actual bullet points or objectives of what they're going to learn in their courses. So I hope that helps you kind of visualize a little bit. And I'm expecting to have questions from you all about this. So please, like I said, mention the questions in the comment section of this video, because then I get to answer it, and we're answering it not just for ourselves, but I get to answer questions that other people are thinking about, but they're not asking. So if you put that down, I can provide some clarification there. So I'm not going to give you guys a whole lot more. I don't want this video to go on and on forever. If it's a little bit unclear, let me know. I'm going to provide more examples, either by pictures or I'll do another training for you if things are really unclear. But I hope that provides some clarity on the next steps that you can do with your niche and how you can already start to see the picture, right? You're seeing the picture that I'm painting for you, that you can make money with the thing that you're an expert in. You're already an expert in this field. So post the homework assignment from yesterday, and then for today, I want you to post a picture of the homework assignment that we went through today, so you can actually post that tomorrow, because it's going to take you a little bit more time to deep dive into the actual steps that it might take, and then we're going to talk a little bit more about that moving forward. So thank you, masterminds, for being here today. And again, my name is Leesa Peters. I'm signing off for today, but we're gonna get some work done in here. We're gonna get you going, because this economy is no joke, and we need to make some money and get stuff set up as soon as possible. So I'll chat with you soon, and thanks for watching.